Now, if you watched our last week's video, we did a new packing video for you of everything that we pack and take with us on our 3 months out. Now, this week is a little different, and what we are covering is our top essential packing items. So these are the things that we do not leave home without. We've changed these up over the years that we've been on the road.
Yeah, we've probably changed this stuff out more often than we've changed our clothing out, because we keep coming up with new ideas. Somebody introduces us to something we didn't think about, and we try it and love it. All of these things we use. None of these things are sponsored. We do not do sponsored videos, but there are links below. If you choose to use them at no extra cost to you, we do get a small commission. Just want to make that clear. No sponsored videos.
We keep it real. All right, so like you were saying, these are items that some are new, but some of these we have carried since day one.
Yes.
Actually, quite a few of these. And I tell you, we would not leave home without them. We would be lost, because we honestly use a lot of these every single day. So now the first item is going to be the universal adapter. Now, currently where we are actually, this is our first place that we did not have to use it. In Mexico, they just have the same plugs as we do in the United States. So that's actually been really nice. We still always bring it just in case, because you never know. This one here is really great because it comes with all of the adapters. So right here in the back, it just has this little area where you push down, and then you just take out that plug, right? And then you can put in a plug for whatever country you're going to. So what we usually do, instead of carrying all of the plugs, we research ahead which plugs we're gonna need for any of the countries we'll be at, and we just take those in the little bag.
That makes sense. Why carry things you don't need to carry? If you watched our packing video last week, you would know less is more.
Yeah.
So this is definitely something you have to have. If you don't have it, you're gonna have to buy it when you get there, and it's gonna cost you twice as much.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a pain to find probably too.
Probably so, yeah.
Grab one of these.
The one thing that I wanted to say about this, and the one reason we actually did kind of choose to bring it, was I thought I would use it more because it only takes one plug, and then you have two plugs, but you also have your USB plugs. We just haven't, I haven't needed mine. Have you needed yours?
I haven't needed mine either, no.
No, so every place we've been has been well enough equipped, so we haven't needed that.
The next one I use all the time, probably twice a week. My sister turned us onto this when we were on a cruise a couple years ago, and there are these washer dryer sheets that take up no room in your bags. But yeah, so twice a week I do the laundry. I dry it, I fold it, I put it all away. I really take care of it, and these things are a godsend. I love them. You just take a sheet out, throw it in the wash it up, put your clothes in the dryer. Same idea. Right? Is that right?
I'm totally impressed that he actually knows how they work.
I know they work.
But the other thing, so this one is actually, these are fabric softeners that do go in the wash. Rarely do we have a dryer on this.
She has something to add, of course, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
So on this time out, we have had dryers a few times, but these just go in the wash with your laundry detergent. The reason we added these simply was because sometimes when you're hanging your clothes to dry, you lose that nice smell that they get from going in the dryer.
Irish Spring.
So yeah, so these just kind of help with that. But yeah, they're just a little sheet inside for anybody who hasn't seen them, like this. And this weighs nothing, it's flat. You can put them in in the pouch of your suitcase where you just keep your flat stuff, or I actually kind of like putting them down in the bottom by my clothes because they smell really good, and so it kind of keeps things smelling really good.
I should put them in my unmentionables bag.
You could do that. It would smell really good. And these are great. I mean, you get 32 strips in here, which actually works out to being 64 because you, unless it's a really big load, you break them in half. So these are great.
Now, if you're anything like us and you spend time at your accommodations, maybe just relaxing, reading the newspaper, doing some computer work, we use this every day.
Yeah.
Might not be something you think about. We thought about it about a year after we got started, and we just carry a little, this is a Bose, but you can get any brand you want, just a little portable stereo. It's Bluetooth, we hook our phones up to it and play our music, it's in the background. And I'll tell you what, it's not a big deal, but we use it every day.
We do use it every day, and I think what's cool about it is just how small and simple it is, and the sound out of it. When Brian was talking about getting one, I was like,
She
Our
rolled
phone
her
is
eyes. She was like,
fine.
"This is stupid.
Yeah,
What a dumb
our
idea."
phone is fine.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't want to add something more to my bag, and he just went out and got it once. And it has been something that we once again use almost every single day, even if we're in a hotel room.
Yeah, I did it without permission. Yep. Just went for it.
What was your
And it
money?
worked out. It was my money too, so.
Now the next one that we use every single day, and we have traveled with since we started traveling, is a grocery bag, a reusable grocery bag. Wherever you travel, you are going to need, Brian actually has the one that we've started with. So this one has been going strong. It's a little dirty.
I should use some of these fabric.
It probably should be washed.
Wash
The
it.
one I have is I just got a new one when we were home, because we used to just have one, and then we used one that we just kind of bought on the road and it fell apart, and I got one of these ones. These are so great. It's a good sized bag. It doubles as, I mean, if you're going to be in a place where there's a beach or whatever, you can use it as a beach bag. But like I showed you, the cool thing is it goes into this little pocket, so you just very easily.
Yeah, get one like that, because this one has this band that you're supposed to roll it all up in,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work
It
very
doesn't
well.
work so well. Yeah, and it's old, so it's kind of lost any shape of anything. But this is how big it is. It even has a little hook on it so that you can hook it on a bag if you're already carrying another bag. But every grocery store that you go into, or every market that you go to, you're going to need a bag. Otherwise, they charge you for your bag. So
I'll tell you
that's
what,
it.
this is over 3 years old. It might be dirty, it might be losing its shape, but it's not ripped, and it still holds up.
It still holds up, and it carries your 6-pack of beer.
Wouldn't that have been funny if I'd done that and it
And
ripped?
this was the time it gave
But
way.
it didn't. These things have been great. Airport security is definitely a thing. Every airport has a different system, different protocol, different rules. One rule that always remains the same is your TSA clear liquids bag. We both have to carry them. I got a new one because my old one ripped, but this one came with my my Tripped brand packing cubes. This came with it, but it's the same idea. It's TSA approved. It's 1 quart. So even got the airplane up there to show you that it's TSA approved. But anyway, these are something that you really have to have. If you don't want to buy one as part of a package with everything else like I did, you can buy them individually.
Yeah.
And they're cheap.
They're really inexpensive. You usually get 2 or 3 in a pack if you want to do it that way. That way, like Brian was saying, his ripped. They are plastic, you know, and we're also in and out of these every single day, if not twice a day, because you have your stuff you're putting on in the morning and stuff at night. So, you know, I mean, so to me, a $5 really, they break down to being about $5 per item. If I need to replace it every 6 months, not a big deal. So yeah, and this, it carries so much. This is the way to go, because that quart-size little bag that you're gonna take that they say, oh, put everything in a quart-size bag, you don't fit very much in
Right.
there.
I tried to buy a different one before I got this one, and bring that back over here because I want to show them it stands up. One that I bought didn't stand up like that. It was just a bag. Some people say, why don't you just take a quart-size Ziploc? First of all, TSA doesn't like that, and you won't either because they don't stand up.
These
So,
are, these are great. Now this one did have a handle on it. I don't like the handle because that is one breaking point that I found that these ones have, is it will tear there. So I just cut off the handle. But yeah, definitely get one of those. Now the next, I believe, must-have item is like a little essentials bag. Now this is the bag, I just replaced mine and got these ones. These ended up being such better quality than what I anticipated when I ordered them on Amazon. And for all of these things that we are gonna have here, like Brian said, we will have links below, but we are going to have a newsletter that if you would like to get it sent to you with all of the information, we'll have a sign up down below as well so you can get that sent to you. Anyways, this bag here, this is one, it opens up so nicely, and what this bag is for is it is the one that goes on the airplane with me. So before I sit down in my seat and I've put my stuff underneath the seat, I pull out this bag. It's got a handle on it. It's great. It has everything I will need when I'm in flight, right? I've got my eyeglasses. I have any kind of USB plug-ins and stuff like that. I have chapstick. I have lotion because your hands always get dry.
Yeah, I use lotion in my hands.
And the funny thing
time,
about
so.
like the TSA, They're not as strict as they somewhat used to be, so I've always carried this lotion in this bag, and they never have stopped me for that, having it be separate. And then you also want, I mean, I have just simple things. I have Imodium, I have Advil, I have a Band-Aid. This is my go-to bag. It also goes next to the bed when we get to where we're going to be, because once again, it has everything that I need. And you'll see a few more items that go in there as well, but they are part of our essentials.
Now, I do the same thing simply because I saw Carrie do it. And I thought it was a great idea, so I started doing it as well. This is part of some other gear that I bought. That was in our last week's video, packing video. But this is an Evergoods a bag that I bought. It goes on the airplane with me. It goes by my nightstand. Same idea. I don't have hand lotion in mine. I don't have Band-Aids in mine. I don't have chapstick.
Because you know where to come when you need
Because I'll just
those
ask
things.
Carrie if I can use hers. But I do have headphones, both the buds and the wired. But yeah, I got a pen in case you have to fill out any paperwork. So those are the things that I have in mind. And I'll tell you, she's got a black one. If I had a black one, I would leave it in that pouch and get off the plane because I wouldn't see it.
I would have, yeah, and I would have gotten a different color, but they only had 2 different colors, and the other one was like really bright pink, and I really wasn't a fan of doing really bright pink. But while we're on the note of, because you already kind of brought it up in there, another essential that we have as well is our headphones.
Yeah.
And we carry 2 different kinds. We carry our Bluetooth because I sleep and listen to podcasts, and I don't want a cord, so I have these. And those are the same. You have those as well. And then you always need your wired ones as well, because you are going to be on the airplane and listening or watching a movie. And the ones they give you on the plane, they will give you some, but they suck. They're horrible.
Not
they
only
hurt
that,
your ears.
But if you fall asleep with these in your ears and one falls out, rolls down the aisle, you may never find it again.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind as well. Something else that I used to carry in this bag, I mentioned it in another video, was my eye mask, which is an essential item that I had for about 2 weeks before I lost it. Because now that I'm organized, I tend to lose things. So Carrie carries a eye mask, and these are awesome. Again, I only got about 2 weeks experience out of it, but I loved it. And again, what's the brand of these? Polar Bear?
Bear something. Like I said, we'll have the links below for it. Yeah.
They're like 10, 12, 13 bucks.
They're like $12, and in our newsletter, I'll share with you any things that are our essentials when I see that they're on sale on Amazon. So it's also a good thing to sign up for that newsletter. But these, I had mine originally for about 7 years, which Brian always says, oh, that's gross. Well, I wash it. So, but anyways, I had the first one for about 7 years, and I just replaced it with the exact same thing when I got home this last time. So this is a brand new one. So this is really nice.
And you can't see anything. No light comes anywhere.
No.
I could fall asleep right now.
They're so comfortable because they are silk, and they're super lightweight, and they're not hot. That was the thing you were having trouble with, was finding one that was
It wasn't hot.
Finding one that wasn't hot.
I get
these
sweaty.
ones aren't hot.
Yeah.
So these are great, and this is a must-have because one of the reasons that you need one of these, it's not just for being on a plane. When you go to every new hotel, every new Airbnb, it doesn't matter where you are, there are lights.
There's lights all the time. Little green dot on the smoke alarm, the air conditioning. The ones that don't have the sleep mode where the temperature light is on, it lights up the whole damn room. She's over there in her eye mask because she doesn't lose her stuff. I don't have one, so I just have to deal with it. I have a pouch. Okay, it's a sling. It goes on my side, and I originally got it for safety. Everybody says, you're gonna get pickpocketed no matter where you go. It's super dangerous out there in the real world. Well, I haven't felt nervous or scared or worried about anything disappearing off my body, but I found this thing to be incredibly handy. It's very comfortable. Now I got the 0.5 liter bag. Doesn't matter what brand it is. 0.5 liter bag. Once out of every 20 times I use it, I think it's too small because I'm carrying my GoPro or I'm carrying something else that's bigger. But for everyday use, for your money, for your cards,
it fits the grocery
it fits
bag.
Anything. Yeah. So this has been great, and I use this when I'm out and about. I don't take a backpack, so this is what I use. I would recommend You guys out there that think it's not cool, you'd rather put that wallet in your back pocket like I used to, well, I don't know. I think I even use this at home now.
It's really, it's the way to go. I have one as well. I don't carry it with me right now because mainly I wanted to carry a purse, and sometimes this felt not, I don't know. I just wanted something different. So I do have it at home, and I always debate if I'm going to bring it on this time that we're going. But I do highly recommend. We've been carrying them now, or you've been carrying yours consistently now for over 2 years.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
almost 3 years.
Probably
maybe.
the 3 years we've been doing this,
So these are fantastic, and just having your stuff safe
Yeah,
is so nice.
It's nice. It's right there. I looked at other ones, and they were all like super, like a 2 liter, even the 1.5 liters looks really big. So I would recommend just a 0.5, smaller the better.
Yeah, don't need too much bigger than that. Okay, now the next item, and this is something I've been traveling now with for a couple of years, and to me it is a must, is a pillowcase. Now, this might just be for the ladies, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do
but
that.
he doesn't do it. It's a silk pillowcase. There's a couple of reasons really there's one key reason I travel with this. Every place that you go to, the place we're in right now has the nicest sheets that we've probably ever had. They are so nice. But there have been a lot of places that we've been in, they're super scratchy, they're uncomfortable, and just knowing you have a nice pillowcase to go lay your head down on is really nice. And then, I mean, you can go with all the benefits of laying on a silk pillowcase for your face and your hair and all that kind of stuff, but really the key reason I do it is because I want something nice to go lay down in when we're in a place that I'm like, okay, this bed kind of sucks.
You might have convinced me. You might have convinced me. I might get myself
For the hair reason and the skin.
Just don't tell anybody. This is between us. Our suitcases, 9 times out of 10, go with us on the plane. They're carry-on. They are overweight. So if we should happen to get weighed for whatever reason, they're going to check those bags. We got the tracking devices. We know where those bags are at. We actually ended up having to use them this time around, and we sat on the plane and on our phones watched those little dots get put up underneath the plane. So it's a sense of security. We have had our luggage lost about a year ago, and we did not have these. That's why we got them, and we didn't know where our luggage was at. We ended up finding it a couple days later, but it would have been nice to know. These are great. These are for Android. You can
These are Samsung.
Samsung.
Yeah, so there's so many specific.
Yeah, you can get them for, iPhones or whatever else. But yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
We've got 2 each. I put one in here when I go for a run, because I use this as a running pouch also, and Carrie can track me. So in case I stop running, I got a text, keep it up, knees up, faster. No, but she knows where I'm at, so they can go on your body too.
Well,
so.
and I think that was kind of one of the reasons that we knew that we wanted the 2 of them, was there's times Brian doesn't have, before you got eSIM, you didn't have a cell phone that you could text me.
Right.
And if he was to be out and something happened, he got hurt, whatever happened, I wouldn't even know where to start looking for him. And this, to me, this just kind of eases mine. It also is when I take off and do my thing and go to the grocery store or whatever, if Brian all of a sudden is like, she hasn't come home for quite a while, you can at least pull it up. So to some people that may be overkill. To us, it just is kind of being smart.
Hey, it's better to be safe than sorry.
That's very true.
Another thing that I didn't think about, we're talking about essentials here, is a phone that does not have to have a eSIM put into it. I got a new phone, and so I stepped up. My old phone was 6 years old. I'm able to get the, what brand do we use?
eSIM.
The
Airlo.
There's a bunch of them out there. We use Airlo. It works great. But I would think that would be something that would be an essential item for us now.
Yeah.
I'm brand new to it, and I love it.
Yeah, for anybody who hasn't used an eSIM before, the ease of it is so wonderful. We used to have to get off the flight. We would have to go find a place. We'd get a SIM card into our phone. We'd debate if we really wanted to because of the cost, because some places it's quite expensive. With the eSIM, when you land, as long as you've got it all set up and ready to go, as soon as you land, you have coverage.
Right.
So you can get that Uber, a taxi, whatever you need to do.
Super simple. It's an eSIM because it's easy to use. Easy SIM is why I think
that's his meaning
call
for
it
it.
that. It's easy.
Okay, now the next item, and once again, we have been traveling with 2 of these every single time we are out, is our fire sticks. We use If we do have 2 TVs, we will use both of them, but the reason we carry 2 of them is because while we were out one of the times, we did have one starting to go out. It didn't fully die on us, so thankfully we were able to make it home and get another one.
Started
so
acting out.
Yeah, so now we just carry 2. They take up no room. But you know, this is the way that you're going to be able to see all those shows that you want to watch, your Netflix and everything, and YouTube.
We're big into Survivor right now, the most recent episodes of Survivor. I don't know why I get into that so much, but I love it. What's going to happen next? I don't know.
So one of the things that I would really highly suggest that you get is make sure you get the one that has this extender on it. They're not hard to come by. Just make sure that you buy the package that has the extender in it. Because you're changing locations all of the time, you're going to have TVs that are mounted right up against the wall with no room. This will give you that extra extension to be able to make the attachment. Otherwise, it wants to come straight out from the back of the TV and it won't work. So
just makes life easier.
It does make it easier. We don't want Brian missing his Survivor.
No. And with that Fire Stick, you are going to need a VPN. Make sure you get hooked up to a VPN, because if you don't, you won't be able to get to watch the shows that you're used to watching. And you have security on your phones and your laptops as well. So make sure you get a VPN.
Yeah, I mean, that's an absolute essential since we've been traveling. There's been, especially being here in Mexico, I've run into more times, which was kind of surprising to me, that I have not been able to access things. So
your banking is the big one.
Yeah, that's a huge one. So make sure you have that VPN.
The biggest question we get asked is about our insurance. Make sure you get travel insurance. It's very important for obvious reasons. We go Safety Wing, and it's worked for us. We haven't actually had to use it, thank God, but it is a sense of security that we don't live home without.
Yeah, and with Safety Wing, it's so great because you can just start your plan and then stop your plan when you're going back home. Because when we're back home, we do have another plan that starts up or that is going all year long. So we don't need to carry a travel insurance all the time. Now, the other thing that we do have with us, but we don't have it right here because we didn't plan correctly and we thought we'd be able to make it last, was our shampoo and conditioner bar. We both use 2 different kinds. Yeah. So I'm going to put them down below the ones that we use. But let me tell you, when you're moving as much as we do and you are constantly going to a new place, you're not going to be able to carry big bottles of shampoo with you, especially if you're hopping on a flight. So it's a lot of waste leaving those behind.
Yeah, I've heard before, why not just get the little shampoo and conditioner bottles? Well, then you start buying all those. You're buying plastic too with those little bottles. I use the bar shampoo and conditioner, and it lasts a lot longer. As a matter of fact, I thought what I had left from our last trip was going to last me on this trip. Yeah. It didn't, but it lasts me a lot longer than those little mini bottles of shampoo and conditioner would. So I think those are great. You also get the airport security because they're dry. You don't have to put them in that TSA bag.
Yeah, because that's precious space in that TSA bag. So any space that you can not use up in there. And to me, one of the things I really like about it is that I'm able to use a better quality, maybe shampoo and conditioner, than I would have gotten if I just go to the store and buy a bottle that I know I'm going to have to throw away because it can't go with me. So you don't want to spend too much money. So this way I can have something that's a little more quality. Okay, now our final thing, and we added this, I think over a year ago now. Yes. We added a water bottle, and this all came about after we left or came back from being in Thailand and really in Southeast Asia and seeing the amount of bottles of water that we had to purchase and contribute to all of that waste. So we went with the Lark water bottle. We have absolutely loved these bottles. They're great.
Yeah, they've been great. This has the lid that just pops up. And you stay hydrated.
And it's filtered in there when he's
filtered.
doing
There's a filter in here. I'm just going to show you.
Yeah.
Let's go crazy here. It's got a filter. These filters are replaceable. As a matter of fact, we have a schedule of when we're going to replace these.
Every 2 months.
So not only does it have a filter in it, there's also, you take this off, put a different cap on, push the button. There's a UV light that goes down inside there, and then you just shake your water for a good 30 seconds or so until the light shuts off, and then you're good to go. Now, these are the ones we have.
Yeah.
The new ones.
The new ones would be the way to go.
Yes.
They just came out with those maybe 6 months ago.
That always happens. I always buy something new and cool, and then they improve it like 2 months later. But they're the way to go.
Yeah, the new ones have it all combined together. So you're going to have the filtered top and the straw top like this, but it also has the UVC light on top with the button. And so you're going to be able to kill everything. You're filtering it. You're also killing everything that's in there. The other cool thing that the new one does have is it also has a, you're going to like this one, it tracks how much water you've drank. I would love that.
I can track it pretty close myself.
I drink a ton of water. So, but these have saved us. I think that, you know, especially being here in Mexico, even the water that, you know, places that we've been do have some filtered water that they already provide. We still put it in here with using the filter on here. But I think we just feel better knowing that we're not contributing to buying too much plastic.
It's better to be safe than sorry. If you've got it, why not use it?
Yeah. Okay, well, we hope that you found this interesting. These are the things that we use every day. They are well loved. They get replaced when they wear out. You know, maybe you have some people that are travelers that are on your Christmas list that you need to buy something for it. A lot of these items would really be a great thing to purchase for them. But yeah, we hope that you enjoyed this.
Yeah, Carrie's gonna get me one of these. And I'm gonna go wash this bag with these sheets.
It's probably a good idea.
It's gonna be a good idea. Thank you very much for watching our video. We very much appreciate you. You're the best. We have another video coming out next week. Every Saturday's our video, every Tuesday's our podcast. We'd love for you to watch and listen. We'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.